men, they're worthless, they're lazy. All they do is drink honey and go have sex, you know, so it's kind of a so you don't want them in your hive. So you make sure if you're using those, that you got to keep up on it. But it's a natural way. You're not using chemicals. You're not using, so it's just something you got to keep up on. Sticky boards is that board that slides underneath your screen bottom board. Well, here it is. So a sticky board, white plastic board, spray some PAM on it, Crisco shortening, something on there, and that just slides in underneath your screen bottom board. So you slide that in there, and you leave it, the mics fall off, they get stuck on it, and then pull it out, throw it away. It's one way to help keep them down. It's also a way to do a count. And that on the page in there, it talks about that. We'll go over it in a second. Another way is chemical treatments. So Apivar, Apistan, there's a million different treatments out there that you can use. We sell a few different. We have Hawkguard, Apivar, Apistan, by the way, Quick Strip, salicylic acid, lots of different treatments, ways of doing it. Natural treatments, Hawkguard would be considered a natural treatment. Some people have been trying essential oils. I don't know how well that's working for them. I know that the state of Utah has said that they've done a lot of studies and they're finding all these weird hives that have been dead. They're finding all kinds of essential oils in hives now because people think that essential oils are the cure-all for everything, but they don't know how the bees react to them. So if we go to the seasonal mite guide, it's on the back page of this if you want. What you're going to do is you're going to slide this in there with some PAM on, leave it in there for 3 days. So let your hive sit for 3 days. After the 3rd day, come and pull this out. And then you're going to go and count how many mites you have on this screen. And then you go to your little scale here. So if you have, a small hive is 4 to 5 frames of bees, a medium is 10 frame deep with 8 frames of bees. A large is 2 deeps full of bees and brood. So most of the time you're going to probably have a large hive. So you're going to count all the bees on here. You're going to divide that number. So say you get 100 bees or 100 mites on here. You divide that by 3, which what would that be?
33 and a third.
Huh?
100.
35 bees or so.
Sure.
So you divide it by 3, that gives you a 24-hour drop period. So you divide it by 3, and then you look at your chart. So it's summertime. You have a large hive. You have 35 mites on there, but you're probably okay. You don't need to treat because you're at a low number. It's up to you. I would probably treat anyway because you know the mites are there. You might as well treat them and get rid of them. If there's 10 mites, you're even less likely to have to treat, but if you're getting up to 35, you're still pretty close. But if you go in there, more likely you're going to find more mites. A lot of times you start counting and you're like, you know what, it's not even worth counting because you know that there's way too many in there. You'll find hundreds and hundreds of mites, and it's incredible how many there are. So you can use that chart. I have another one in front if you're interested. I give you for the sugar shake count. But if you find 5 mites and 100 bees, you're going to want to treat.
So if, in this case up here, if you have more than the 40 for a large hive, and then that's when you treat, is that the threshold number for treating?
Yeah. Okay. So, if you get more than that, you're definitely going to want to treat. If you got a lot more than that, you need to treat right away and do something that's really going to knock them out fast. Salicylic acid is really, it's a one-time treatment. You do it once and it kills them really quickly. You have to it's a crystal and you have to heat it up. They make little tools, and we're gonna try and get some next year, but you put it in, you slide it in, hook it to a battery, and
Okay.
it evaporates this crystal. We have they're a metal board, looks like this, but it has a cap coming off the bottom.
Mhm.
You slide that in your screen bond board and heat it with a torch, and that evaporates
Oh,
it.
okay.
The biggest thing with those silica acid, they found that it's very poisonous to humans. You breathe the fumes in, it can cause liver damage, is what I've heard. So they want you to wear a respirator, safety glasses, and all this stuff when you're doing it. So, but it works really well on the mites and doesn't seem to hurt the bees at all.
And the sticky board is supposed to be in for winter time, right?
If you don't have to, some people leave them open. I like to put this in just to seal it so that the cold air is blowing, the wind blowing, it's not blowing up and killing my bees. I know beekeepers that just leave them open year round and they don't, so it doesn't hurt them and they don't care. But I always sitting out there listening to the wind blow at night thinking, oh, my bees are cold, you know, so, yeah, it's funny how you worry about those kind of things. They become kind of part of your family, and you know, you're thinking, oh, my bees are cold. They're going to be all in the morning, they'll all be frozen. So, the next is hive wraps. I think my hive wraps.
There's a black roll right over there.
What's that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the winterization thing, a hive wrap. Situated here. I like to use hive wraps on my hives. And all it is something, a black tar paper wrap that goes onto the hive. So if you have this hive out in your yard, usually they're painted a light color so that they don't get too hot in the summer. And in the winter you want them to get warm because it's going to be cold inside there and you need them to be a little bit warmer. So the black tar paper wrap goes around that hive and keeps it warm and allows the heat from the sun to absorb into the hive. So basically we have these already cut. I will take and put it around the hive or take an empty box and crease it so it's kind of a, it's not just going out. So when I put it on here, it's on the bottom, so you can access it. Oops. I've got the creases on there. Best thing to do is take a staple gun, staple it on. So you've got it, put it there, staple it, wrap it all the way around, staple it again. So it's going to be, you want to keep it so it's open here so the bees can still get in and out. Some people have holes up higher here. If you do, you can cut it out and make it so they have that upper entrance. But I just use a staple gun when I staple it to the side.
Somebody told us just to give them about an inch or two.
Okay. Now you're going to want to have your introducer on there already.
Already?
So, in fact, yeah, this time of year you should have your introducers on because it stops robbing.
The wider, the smallest.
You don't want to go complete the small, probably the bigger one.
Okay.
Oh, there it is, right there. So I would go to this size.
Okay.
So you're going to have that in there underneath already. That just
When
basically,
do you want to go to the smaller size?
in the winter you don't need to. The smaller size is mostly when you get a brand new package of bees and there's
Okay.
not very many there.
Okay.
Some people will winter them in the smaller. You
Okay.
guess you could if you want. I like to give them a little bit bigger. We also have the other type that's a mouse guard. You're going to need a mouse guard on there because a mouse can fit through either one of these.
Wow.
wintertime, if you're in an area that has a lot of mice, the mice love to be in the hive. So they're gonna go into that hive and it's warm, there's honey in there. The bees are gonna get mad, they're gonna sting them, they sting the bee mouse to death, then you got this dead mouse in there that's, it's just nasty.
And I've already got my mouse guard on, but I didn't put my infantry boots on. I'm gonna have to put my mouse guard back on. Put my infantry boots on.
Well, a lot of times you can just, is your mouse guard drilled down to the bottom board, isn't it? What kind of mouse guard do you have?
I went down to Lowe's and they had this perfect stuff. It's already cut. It's for corners for drywall, but it's the web stuff.
Oh,
Have you seen that? Oh, you can cut it right to size and it only costs like $2 for a 6-foot strip of
the
it.
bees can fit through
Oh,
it.
yeah, they love it. I've had it on there for probably a month now.
Oh, okay. And we do have one that's made, I've sold them all, I've got more ordered, they're supposed to be here this week. That is a mouse guard and an entrance reducer all in one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a metal piece that is you put a screw here and here, and it just slides down onto it, and then
Right.
it's got like 4 holes down on one end. So it reduces it, but it's small enough that the mice can't get in there. Or they have one that go all the way across the front. You can use stuff like he's got, where you put this on and then you put that in front of it.